Hey Pete,
Hey Tom, how you doing?
good man. How are you?
Doing good. Where is everybody?
I don't know. They're not here yet. You're the first one besides me.
Wow.
So how's Florida? Is it getting cool over there?
Yes, had a beautiful day.
Yeah, us too. It's been nice.
It's great.
Um, I gotta check Dave. Dave is always cool, so we'll see how cool it gets there.
There he is.
Changes. And I can't wait to talk to Billy and check it. Did you hear about the man that got eaten by the alligator?
No.
Okay, so this guy in St. Tammany Parish, close to Billy, I guess. It's the day after the hurricane. He goes outside to his shed that's, there's some water around it. It's kind of
Right.
under the house. His wife hears like a log hit the water. She looks out. He's in a death roll with a big alligator. And then she goes to get help and she comes back and they can't find him. So now they've found a 27-foot alligator that they killed,
Ouch.
checked him out, and found the guy's remains on inside. But
Wow.
but it was pretty much digested, so they could only tell by. They did some DNA stuff, but he had rotator cuff surgery, so they found the scars, and the doctor said, "Yeah, that's him."
Wow.
Freaky. I mean, 27-foot alligator. That's larger than some of those old Cadillacs were.
Wow.
I mean, that's a big alligator. But I mean, can you imagine, in a couple of years when, hey, whatever happened to Uncle Ralph? Oh, he got eaten by the alligator.
Yeah. Wow. Hey Dave.
Hey, Dave.
As sad as that is, it still sounds like the makings of a joke. Whatever happened to Uncle Ralph? Oh, he
Yeah.
got eaten by-
I mean, 27 feet. That's bigger than the RV I had.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to tangle with that guy, but I've been in the bayous filming before, and I was down at where they make Tabasco sauce, Avery Island,
Yeah.
and I'm stepping back and I hear this thump go in the water. I never saw it, but I heard it, and it sounded just like a log being dumped into the water. And I go, "Ooh, I better move away from here."
Sure.
What's up, Dave?
Oh, nothing much. All quiet here.
So is it cool? Because it's cool here.
Yeah. It's in the 60s. I mean, they're not cold, but it got into the 40s last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was down to like 55 here. So that's nice. It's really nice first day of spring to be cool.
Yeah, it came right on schedule. I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. It was, I think Wednesday, 1 o'clock. It was, I don't know, 60 something, and then the official start of autumn was, at 2:20. At 3 o'clock, the temperature was 50 something. So it was cool.
And that you got some nice weather there. It's always cool, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'd heard that thing about somebody being eaten by an alligator, but I must admit, I had not really heard if it was true or not. And obviously, you heard the whole story.
Well, yesterday they came out with the whole story that they, found the alligator and cut him open and tested the remains. But that's bigger, that's bigger than a big old car. I mean, how could you even lift that thing?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wonder how old he was. Not the guy with the.
Yeah, the alligator. I don't know. I didn't see there.
Wow.
But then my wife read the whole story in the NOLA paper, and she said there was some discrepancies in the DNA, like what's going on with the wife, that his kids might not have really been his. And I'm like, ooh.
My wife was laughing.
I can hear, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, my wife said the same thing. Oh, this doesn't look good for all their tests, but the surgeon said that the rotator cuff was definitely the guy's. So That's pretty good.
Yeah, I wonder, did he just like round the corner and, you know,
No,
bump into him?
they said he wanted something out of his shed. And his shed was, I think, under the house. And there was a lot of water. You know, it was it was the day after the hurricane. And he went outside and I think he opened the shed door and kapow. And then his wife said she just saw him in a death row with the alligator. Then she went for help because they had no phones. And then they couldn't find him. I mean, for her, it's really tragic.
Yeah. for
Because,
sure.
you know, she'll be wondering, you know, she's probably wondering what happened to, really did the alligator get him? But so this is good that they at least found out that it actually happened, but.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sad.
Hey,
Sad, though.
Barry,
Hello, Barry.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, I'm still having bad internet connections. The guy's coming to my house Monday. So I may be in and out, or I might have to leave early. Who knows?
Well, it sounds good right now.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
you look like shit, but
Yeah.
sounds good, Barry.
That's
Thank you,
normal.
Peter. Peter, we've been lifelong friends. Thanks. You could say that for me.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, I got a bandage on my head. Look at that.
See that?
What's that about?
They took a biopsy. I got a little thing growing up there. So they cut me yesterday.
Oh, dear. Well, good luck with the results.
Well,
I
thank
trust
you.
that they'll be benign.
I hope.
Yeah, we were just talking about the guy that got eaten by the alligator
The guy that got eaten by the alligator.
over by Billy, St. Tammany Parish.
Oh yeah. Look, speaking of Billy, he's coming on right now.
Yeah. He's gonna set the record straight.
Hey, Billy. I guess, well. Hey, Bill.
Should be here. There he is.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hello, Bill.
Hey,
Good to see
Billy,
you.
And you'll hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you now.
We were talking about the guy that got eaten by the alligator over in St. Tammany in your area.
It was a big guy too, a big alligator and a big guy.
Huh?
It was I think they said about a 12-foot, 550-pound alligator.
No, I thought it was 27 feet, but which would be,
No, it wasn't. No,
that would be unreasonable.
120. He was pretty big though. Of course, they said the alligator weighed 500 something pounds. It looked like the guy he ate weighed about 300. So I guess he was put on a little weight.
Yeah, that's.
He's an 800-pound alligator.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway, so I missed you, Barry. How you been?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. The house was okay when you got home?
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why I wasn't on last week, my internet connections are really unstable.
Mhm.
I mean, Tom said it sounds good right now, so that's good. We'll go with it. But I've been having trouble with it.
Man.
Most of the
Yeah,
Zoom meetings I go on, I mean, I get cut off.
Mm. Yeah, that happens to me periodically over here too. Everybody freezes and then I click a couple things and it comes back on again. So, you know. So what you got on your head, man?
You know, I had a biopsy done yesterday. They got a little growth up there.
Oh, okay. Everything okay?
I think so. I mean, I hope so. They got to send it off and see. You know,
Mhm.
we'll see. But it's
It
just a
isn't
little
Dottie
cut,
hit
you know. I mean, that ain't bothered me too much. They,
Yeah, that's
you
good.
see dark marks on my head where they froze stuff off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it doesn't hurt, you know, but
Hmm.
it don't look too good. But you know, it doesn't matter with me anyway.
You know, when you get one more, you can go as a bowling ball for Halloween.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's sort of from the side, it looks like one of those little bit of hats.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you wear you wear your hat for protection now. Just
Well,
I
man,
hope
that's what
everything goes good.
that skin doctor, she kept saying it over and over. You got to keep wearing your hat.
Mhm.
Wearing your hat. But she said, especially with no hair up there, you have any protection.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I had some of those cut off my forehead before, but of course I have a hairline that kind of covers it up. So it's like, you know,
Tom and I, we gotta watch that.
yeah.
Yeah, I have no protection up there.
But you wear a hat pretty much, don't you, Tom?
Yeah, I do all the time. And I use sunblock too up there. Because you just, I have so many friends, especially older women, like my friends, mothers of my friends, who have had just all kinds of stuff cut out.
Right.
I don't want all that stuff cut out. I need my whatever's up there.
Well, she must have froze yesterday about 10 or 15 of them on my head.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all can't see the back of my head, but it all looks like that mark right there where they froze
Yeah.
some.
Well, fortunately, all they gotta do is freeze it instead of cutting it out. It falls
Yeah.
off by itself eventually.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, I had a couple, one of them up my nose right there and then one up here. And it hurt for a second, right when they do it. But
Right,
then
yeah,
you don't
for a
really notice it, you know.
That's right. I can tell you that I went in yesterday around 11 o'clock and last night at 10 o'clock, the back of my head was still pulsating from that cold stuff.
Yeah.
Liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, it wasn't hurting, it's just pulsating.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'd like to have a tank of that. That'd be kind of fun to play with.
Barry,
Yeah,
is it, Barry, is it too soon to be thinking about playing again?
Oh, no, I've been playing. I played
you have
Wednesday night. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I played a couple of jobs last week and then I played this past Wednesday night.
Hmm.
So I'm back at it.
Mhm.
Good.
How's the attendance, the crowd?
Same. Yeah. So, I guess those people down there taking a vacation, they don't give a shit,
Yeah. 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 One of the theaters I used to work at, in fact, where your grandkids would go, Rivertown has got damaged. They had to move all their shows this season so far up to St. Martin's School has a.
I
has a
saw
real good
that, Billy.
auditorium.
Yeah, I saw
Is
that.
it?
They doing Hello Dolly there.
Yeah, yeah. I still go see all their shows. I just, it's a shame Rivertown got damaged, but
That is a shame.
yeah. I don't know if you ever been to St. Martin's School. The Solomon Theater there is very good. It's really
I
nice.
haven't been there. I have to.
Yeah.
I think Dottie's gonna get us tickets for Hello Dolly, so we'll probably go see.
Yeah, yeah, you'll like it there. It's the audience is tiered and it's kind of like a semicircle, and everybody has a good seat and the acoustics are fantastic.
Good. Hey,
Yeah,
Snake.
at St. Martin.
Out of Snake, yeah, it's at St.
Yes,
Martin.
Yeah, but like he said, everybody has a good seat.
Everybody has a good seat?
Yeah, I'm talking to
Yeah,
Dottie.
yeah,
I'll say
it's-
hello to
it's-
Dottie.
Hey,
Hey,
Dottie.
Hey,
Hey,
Donnie.
Dottie.
look at all
Hey,
those
Dottie.
good-looking men, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, the audience seats are tiered very well, and
Okay.
and the seats, it only goes maybe back around maybe 10 rows or 11 rows. Nice big platforms for each row of seats, a little more roomy than Rivertown. And but the acoustics are very good. You'll like it there. Yeah.
Well, thank you,
Good.
Billy, I had no idea about that theater.
Yeah, and a lot more parking too. Yeah.
Well, our granddaughter is gonna be an elf, Sarah, the middle
wow.
one,
Okay.
Sally's middle child.
Uh-huh.
So I was getting ready to get tickets before the storm because they were already selling out.
wow.
Yeah. Well, one good thing about St. Martin's, it's also like about 3 times the seating capacity of Rivertown. So they don't have to do as many performances and you can get a lot more people in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, y'all enjoy your
Okay.
visit.
Okay. Good to see you again, Dottie.
Take
Yeah.
care. Bye, Dottie.
Where is St. Martin's?
It's on Airline Highway, close to Transcontinental.
Yeah, Airline Highway, about 3 blocks from Transcontinental.
Yeah, it's the actual intersection is Haring, Haring, and Airline. But that's, like I said, real close to Transcontinental.
It's about 3 minutes from my house.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a lot easier to park there too than Rivertown. Sometimes there's a little crapshoot. You walk a few blocks to the theater. Yeah. So how's things in Denver, Snake?
Pretty nice. It's a little cooler today, but can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sound good?
It's a little cooler today, but it's probably 85, but
85. It's cooler here than it is there. It was in the 50s this morning in
Yeah.
Metairie. Yeah.
well, we swing about 30, 35 degrees every morning to night.
Okay. Yeah, well, it isn't in the 50s now, but it was when I woke up this morning.
It's beautiful out there right
Yeah,
now.
it is. Yeah. Been getting a lot of yard work done, cleaning up.
I had to see my stylist today.
Yeah.
There you go.
It didn't use as much wax this time. You're not glaring, you know.
I use lemon pledge.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, you know what I was thinking back in the Mustache days, the Mustache New Orleans, I don't remember hurricanes closing us down. You guys ever remember that?
Not while I was working there. It's
Not while I was working there either. I'm talking about, for years.
right.
I don't remember hurricanes closing us down.
The biggest hurricane when I was a kid was Betsy, and that was followed 2 years later by Camille in 69, 65 and 67, I think it was. And after that, we didn't have any big hurricanes until Andrew, which was in the 90s.
Right.
Speaking
So
of Betsy,
we had a big long stretch without a big hurricane.
Betsy was 65. That would have had impact on Mustache and New Orleans. And
I would think so, yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
Camille in 69, I wasn't down there yet, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
speaking of Betsy, I remember Betsy hitting Long Island. That was a bad hurricane.
Yeah, Betsy went all the way back through the United States, out Florida, and hit the East Coast too, just kind of
Yeah.
like Ida did, you know. So
I'm
it's
from New
crazy.
York, and it was up there.
Mhm. Yeah.
But as far as I knew, David, maybe you could answer this. The Mustache didn't have any hurricane plan.
Hey, no, not that I know of.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm not even sure. Last week we were looking at, I don't know, it was a Blackpool or somewhere, and in the picture you could see prominently an exit sign. I remember thinking, I'm not even sure we had an exit sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. There used to be your father's Mustache billboard on the airline, didn't they?
Yeah, one on
On the
airline,
airport, coming from the airport.
yeah, and one on I-10. I-10, is that right?
Yeah.
There were
I
two.
can remember. I have a vague memory of it. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't you pose for that, Dave? No.
We got rid of one of them at the time just for cost cutting, because figuring who's on the airline highway anymore. No,
Not after Jerry Falwell left. No.
No, not Jerry Falwell. Who was that?
Wasn't Jerry Falwell? It was one of the ministers.
It was the guy from Baton Rouge. He's still on the air.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mark Heater sent this article about the Point Pleasant Club. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Your father's mustache will tickle imagination.
Point Pleasant Beach.
How about that?
Who's the guy with the mustache?
Arnold
Arnold.
Keltnick.
Can't read it.
Arnold Keltnick or something like that.
Wow.
But I don't know if he.
Maybe he goes with another article.
Yeah, maybe so.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, that was just something that Mark Heater sent.
Mhm.
And then we got some other stuff. John sent some stuff. Let me get that.
Yeah, I like that picture you had of the leader hose from
yeah,
Denver.
Yeah, that was good.
Gentry.
We'd be getting ready for Oktoberfest.
Could have been. You know, I knew all the guys except that washboard player. on that picture.
Oh,
That's-
I think wasn't that the guy that was assistant manager at the New
Yeah,
Orleans?
Bruce Wilson.
Bruce
Bruce
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah, I saw Bruce in that picture playing washboard, huh?
Got Petrocelli and Mike and LeBeau, or Roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody heard from Gentry lately?
No.
He called me sometime last week. He's doing fine. He gave me a call just to bullshit for about 15 minutes. We bullshitted and he seems to be doing good.
Okay, good. He's usually on here once in a while. He's missed a few sessions.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a while.
Well, he does work. He's got that property. He stays busy, building stuff and all and improving it.
Yeah, let's see. Looking for. Yeah, Tom, do you have that mustache picture? Or I might be able
Yeah,
to
I'm
pull
looking,
it up. Let's
I'm looking for it right now, and
see if I saved it somewhere. I might have it. Let's say.
I mean, I have the Blackpool picture, I think. I don't know, I got so disoriented.
But Mike's got this really nice place out in the woods in Arkansas, and every year we used to go up and play at the Eureka Springs Banjo Festival, which is about an hour from his house. And then that was every Labor Day weekend. And then we go to Mike's house, and he's got a beautiful little house. And, he's got a creek that runs through his property. He's got about 9-10 acres, I guess.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun. Mike would be up there, myself, Danny, LeBeau, and also Peter, the washboard player, Peter Babcock.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. I didn't know the guy on the left.
I think that's Bruce Wilson.
Yeah, Bruce Wilson.
He never played washboard in New Orleans. He was the assistant manager.
Right.
And Mike and who are the other two guys again?
LeBeau and Petrocelli.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Wilson's the guy that did my orientation to the mustache.
Yeah, he hired me. It was just before Mardi Gras. I walked in and he had told me if I asked me if I had a white shirt and black pants, he told me to come back that night.
So if he's breathing, he's hired.
Pretty much. Yeah. It was just before Mardi Gras. They needed, all hands on deck.
You probably
Oh,
sold
okay.
more
It's really-
skimmers that night than anybody else.
I don't know. I kind of got the section in the back that had just the waiter's girlfriend sitting at it, So it's kind of, I said, gee whiz, I made $1.20 tonight. This is great.
So
You know
what
how
were we
it is.
looking for? What picture were we looking for from Blackpool?
This one I think this is the one that I was thinking about, the one with the leader hose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we used to celebrate Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'd have hot dogs boiled in beer, and I
Yeah,
think we even had sauerkraut and big pretzels.
yeah.
We had a polka contest too.
We hired an accordion player. It would
Mhm,
come up like 20 minutes each set and play with the banjo band.
mhm.
And we learned a bunch of German songs. You remember that, Peter?
Yeah, yes.
What is it song? Eins, fine. Oh, how does it go? Eins,
So
fine.
far.
That's the only part I knew of the song. I would sing that part. I think we must have done Roll Out the Barrels at least once a set too. Beer barrel polka.
And
Yeah, so
the Too Fat Polka. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, I don't want her, you can have her. Yeah.
So McLernan said that the banjo player in the center of the picture is Harry Black.
Yeah.
That makes sense, Harry Black?
Yes.
Excuse me for just a second.
We can hear you, Billy.
Tom, you getting any jobs lined up?
Those are six, because I'm.
Yeah, I
getting
worked
some-
all week this week.
Oh,
I was out on the river, working for DC Water. That was fun. Let me see.
So Tom, are you freelancing?
Yeah, I freelanced all my life. Yeah, I work for whoever hires me. And this week I worked for DC Water for 3 days, going up and down the river, looking at what they're doing. And they're building, they have this big problem in DC of where they got they put the shit water and the rainwater together.
Oh,
And then
nice.
when there's too much, that's been going on forever. But when there's too much rain, it floods the sewers, which puts it in the river.
Hey,
And
guys.
causes a lot of problem. Hey, Rick.
Hey, Rick,
hello, Rick.
Hello. Oh,
What'd you say, Rick?
what's up? You back, Barry, huh?
As long as it lasts, I've been having trouble with internet connections.
Oh, you weren't here last week, were you? Or was I gone? I don't remember.
Last
now.
week I didn't come on because the internet was acting up too much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been getting better.
I was gonna tell Tom this. Tom, the reason I had to leave, Bonnie uses my earbuds sometimes for her iPad, and she's starting to FaceTime with Emily, and I was hearing them in one ear and all y'all out the other ear. So
Multitasking, huh? So,
yes,
Oh, wow.
indeed. So
what's up, David? Hey,
Good to see you, Rick. Aloha.
pretty soon.
are you there? Yeah, okay.
Got to get you ready.
I'm
I
ready.
heard from Joan Dragon that Danny Sullivan's husband passed.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was supposed to say, but I forgot about it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, he was in a hospice and non-coherent, she said. And he passed the day before yesterday or something like that.
We've had a number of people pass, since we've been doing this.
Hey, Snake, did you know Bob Vanasek?
I played with him a lot.
Well, he was married to Danny. Did you know that?
Well, her name was Gundel,
Right.
Gunny.
Now, now Mike learned from Vanasek. Vanasek was Mike Gentry's mentor. And I would say Mike was my mentor. So, I guess there's a bloodline there.
Yeah, Danny was a great gal.
Yeah.
But Vanessa,
But she's still alive.
yeah, she's in Florida.
Her husband, like that.
Right. Her current her husband, or recently current husband.
Yeah. No, but
What's up, Peter?
I alternated between Vanessa and Jerry Goodnight for leads.
Right. And Jerry Goodnight was playing at the Mustache in New Orleans when I started as a waiter in '69 or whenever.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember Jerry.
Remember Jerry?
I didn't start till 71 though. So
Well, what they used to do in the summertime, they would take the musicians and switch them out to clubs. For instance, Neil Undersair was the leader in New Orleans, but in the summertime, he would go to Cape Cod. Jerry Goodnight was playing in Denver, but he'd come to New Orleans to take Neil's place. So they'd switch him up for 2 or 3 months of the summer. Dave, you remember that?
Yeah, that was a regular thing.
Right, that was regular.
Yeah.
Switch clubs.
just the leaders or did the band swap around some too?
I think it was just the leaders they did.
Who was when we came on, Bill? Les Muscat was doing it, of course.
It was Les Muscat, Irv Eisen,
Or, of course,
and Wes Mix, not Wes Mix, Vince Vance.
well, Jim Viator.
Jim Viator, and
Who was-
I think it was Maynard on the trombone.
Was
Or
Maynard there?
they had a guy named Paul Crawford was playing, I think, when I first
He
started.
was a sub.
Yeah.
He was a sub.
Yeah.
No, the
But-
guy in that band was Freddie
Freddie, yeah.
Freddie
Lonzo.
Freddie Lonzo, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was Irv, but Irv left, and then it was McLaren.
Yeah,
Thank
McLaren and then Pete, yeah.
Well, Wes
He
Mix,
came after McLaren, huh, Peter?
Yeah,
Wes Mix played the trumpet.
Yeah. Weston
And banjo.
played trumpet and banjo
But he played
Wayside
mostly
banjo.
banjo there.
Did he?
and tuba. I've seen him fill in on tuba
Right.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's in
Well,
Denver.
Yeah, Andy played tuba there too for a while.
Andy was tuba player for a while.
Yeah.
And,
He was a sub guy. Yeah.
yeah. Because wasn't Andy working at Clarity for a while first before he came over? Or
I don't remember.
Hey, Chris,
Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Chris,
Hey, Chris.
hey, Chris.
Clarity was made after we
Yeah,
were
that was
all at
after.
the Mustache.
Yeah, it was Andy. It was Andy's first, and then Roger got it, managed it, and it became Clarity.
Yeah, he bought it, made it Clarity.
Yeah.
Chris, what's going on up there?
Not a whole lot. I missed you guys the last couple of weeks. I had one thing and another, and you had a technical difficulty during the storm. And
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a month of Sundays.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
But not much happening here. We've had a run of pretty nice weather, cool nights and sunny days, and just enjoying it. Trying not to do too much that takes me outside. I'm still hanging around the house.
Oh, yeah.
We finally got that kind of weather down here.
Yeah, it's been nice. We've been out working in the yard a lot the last couple of days.
Upper 70s, low 80s in the day, and
Yeah.
mid 50s at night. That was great. It won't last, but it was nice.
And we're not going to have much of a fall because I think I just picked up about 8,000 pine cones from the hurricane, knocking everything out of the trees and everything. It was just like,
Yeah.
See, I have 2 trees in my backyard. One of them's a pine tree, and they have to come down because the wind was so hard. They're leaning. They're like
Right.
this now,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had mine.
and
I
they're
had 2.
dangerous. It's a hazard.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we got to get somebody to come take those trees down, which isn't cheap.
yeah, pine trees don't have any tap roots, so they've got lateral roots, and that's what does it.
Right.
Yeah, I had, well, one pine tree was on my neighbor's house and my house. Then I had another pine tree in my backyard, crushed my fence and my shed. And I had 2, like you described, both leaning 45 degrees towards the house, being held up by a third pine tree. So I had all that taken out. The Sunday after we got back from when our power came on, there was a guy coming down the street with, you usually want to get people you don't know, but it wasn't a local guy, but they were from out of Houston, and they had the cards, and I checked them out, and they had the credentials, the insurance, the workers' comp, and all that. And they took down those leaning pine trees without a crane. This guy had balls. It's like he climbing up the one tree they were holding them up, and he was like sawing pieces off of them and roping them down, and then then he climbed out on one of the ones that was leaning against the pine tree, and so they got them all down and didn't drop one on my house, so that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
We
got
had 8
I've got
trees
2
taken
old
out
tall pines
altogether.
behind mine too, like that.
It was about $12,000, so it's not cheap getting trees taken down.
Jesus.
Ugh.
Man.
You keep those hurricanes.
And the insurance doesn't want to pay for it unless it's actually one to hit your house or your fence or your property. The ones that were leaning towards the house, they say, "Oh no, that's your homeowner's responsibility to get that out." So what if I just leave them until they fall on my house? Then you have to pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, they don't want to pay for anything.
No, they just anything to get away if they can. Yeah.
That's the way they make money, collect premiums and don't pay out anything.
They didn't cover my flooded basement either.
Oh, you got flooded during the storm?
No, left the tap on outside overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
Mistake.
Hmm.
The insurance said too bad, huh?
Yeah, tough stuff.
Hmm.
Well, it's also how you say things to the insurance companies, because I put a new floor in the kitchen, and then there was a water leak and it buckled, and I called the adjuster and they said, "Well, was it leaking or did it just leak?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "It could have been leaking, but I don't think so." That was enough. They weren't going to cover it. And the agent said,
Say,
"No."
Mike,
I might.
Hey, Mike.
Speaking of the
Hi, Mike.
devil, how you doing, Mike?
Long time no see, Mike.
Hey, Mike,
Been busy. Yeah. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good.
all
right.
good.
Good.
Never had a
Everybody-
bad day in my life.
How about the days and mornings?
Days and mornings are tough. They're killing me. Killing me. No bad days. Nights
Yeah.
are
Yeah. So how's everybody in New Orleans doing? Okay?
hey, we're swinging. Swinging. The weather's perfect. I bet it's nice up there in Arkansas, Mike.
Cool up here today. High of 74. Real
Nice.
nice. Clear, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is down here.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
Upper
75
70s.
down here.
Is it great? That's great, man. Yeah, I've been working out. We have a well, so we have a pump house, and I've been rebuilding that. And it would be not too bad if I could do the whole thing at once, but I had to do one side at a time and then cover it up because of the weather and then continue around. It's been a pain in the ass, yeah. Anyway, I'm doing
I
good.
was just telling the guys about your place, how we used to go up there around this time of the year.
Yeah,
every year.
sure. Yeah, Labor Day.
Yeah.
Labor Day.
Yeah, I saw those pictures of y'all on the front porch playing. That must have been a treat.
It was.
yeah.
It was fun. It was just real laid back. Just
And look, Mike
Play
took
it
his tractor, what kind of tractor you call that, Mike?
to Kubota, the tractor.
He had this tractor with the front of it, that picks up dirt and stuff. Brought it up to the porch, iced it down with beers and all that stuff. So the tractor was the ice chest.
It was really, I made it pretty handy right there. Just reach right over the rail. Get
Oh,
yourself in.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
remember
Snake's
that.
here, Ron's here. All right.
Yeah.
Hello, Peter.
Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing well. I had my doctor was concerned about my weight loss, so she had sent me for CT scan of my chest and a CT scan of my abdomen, and came back with some dark spots or whatever you want to call it on my midsection. So she sent me to the gastroenterologist, and I had the colonoscopy on Monday, and then yesterday I had the endoscopy. So we're waiting. They took some biopsies, but I feel fine.
Good. That's great, man. That's
Yeah.
great.
I hope you're okay.
Oh, yeah.
Colonoscopy, man, that is the best sleep I've ever had.
Oh, yeah. You know,
Oh, God.
you know what they use? Propofol, the same shit that,
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
yeah, he was using it as a sleeping agent.
Yeah. Yeah. The last colonoscopy, I had to ask, did I have any questions? I said, could I have another hit of that stuff?
Can I take some of that home?
Man, you wake up feeling great.
Billy, you wanted a big to-go cup, man.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all got to go cup sweat.
Those things are a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So make
Well,
an
Pete,
ass
at least-
yourself now.
Pete, at least they didn't do the endo and the colonoscopy at the same time. They would have been looking at each other.
Yeah,
Oh,
Man,
That
still
reminds-
waiting, still
that
waiting on the results.
reminds me- Reminds me, what's the difference between a rectal thermometer and an oral thermometer?
Taste.
The taste, yeah, taste.
Wondering.
Oh, is it? I was just guessing.
oh,
I
man.
heard that old joke about the doctor. The lady asked him for a prescription refill, so he's starting to write the prescription out for him, and the lady says, "Doc, you're writing that out with a rectal thermometer." He says, "All right, what asshole has my pencil?"
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Lord.
Oh, man.
While you're all here, I'm gonna put up this, Mark Heater sent this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Your father's mustache will tickle imagination.
It slid off the screen.
It slid off the screen. How about now?
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah. You hit that green button on the, hit that green button on the top left,
The green button on
the
the
green
top.
button to make it full screen. You see a, I don't know, I can't point to it. You got the thing.
Says you were,
Red dots, red, yellow, and
You see
green.
red, yellow, and green dots on the upper left-hand side?
Oh,
not
yeah.
down.
You don't see
On
them?
the upper
Okay.
left-hand side, little bitty green dot. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
it.
hit the green, hit
That-
the green dot. Hey, well, it didn't help
Didn't
much.
help too much.
Again,
I didn't know about that green dot.
yeah, it was supposed to make things full screen, but all right.
Well,
Yeah, I
anyway,
can-
Mark Heater said he found this article, so here we are.
What paper is that? I can't really read it. New York.
Probably the
don't-
Point Pleasant Times.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. NOLA Express.
Who is Arnold Kalsnick? Kalinick.
No, no, we were wondering that too.
Yeah, we
He
don't know.
does.
if he's-
It's a pretty
we
good
don't know if he's-
mustache.
It looks a little bit like Bob Osborne in that picture there.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it does kind of look like Bob.
Tom said the reason why he got into photography is because he didn't want to grow up to be like Bob Osborne.
Don't laugh.
Yeah.
I didn't know Bob was a photographer.
No, one,
Tom, isn't that one of your true
yeah,
stories?
no, I had quit college to travel, and it's a Sunday night in New Orleans. It's kind of rainy. There's nobody in the club, and I'm standing at the door waiting for people to come. Nobody's there, and I turn around and I saw Bob Osborne, and I thought, and he was 38 at the time. I thought, shit, I could be here when I'm 38. Next day, I went up to UNO and registered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never told Bob Osborne about that.
Ah,
But
This is the
I
last
didn't
time we
know
saw
that, yeah.
Bob was at Fred's memorial, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
He was looking pretty bad then.
Yeah, he passed what?
He since
couple-
died, did he die?
Yeah, he's died.
Yeah, he
died.
passed away. In fact, well, Bob came to one of our little luncheons.
yeah, he came to one of
Robert
our
Louise.
Roger was in town, and well, he came to a couple times. He came
Yeah,
up to
he came with
Laius,
dinner too that time.
and also at we went to that wing place.
He
we
went to
there.
Laius's one time when we went to Laius.
Yeah, he went
Right.
to those. Yeah.
And
Buffalo
John
Wild Wings.
Patterson, and
At
John
Buffalo
Patterson
Wild
came with them too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He showed up at Buffalo Wild Wings, Bill, that time.
yeah, but went to Buffalo
it's-
Wild Wings too.
Mhm.
I don't know if he ever went to Landry's though. We used to go out to
Yeah.
Landry's sometime.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I always like Bob.
Yeah,
He was one of our protectors. He was ex-Marine. So when skinny little guys like me would get in trouble with the audience, Bob would always be there to help you out.
But you were right, at 38 years old, being a waiter,
Mhm.
so that was a little rugged.
Yeah.
He was the manager, but
Not yeah. Bob
Yeah.
got a job up working the doors, a bouncer type thing at one of those clubs up on Oak Street. Jimmy's, I'm not sure.
Yeah. You froze up there, Rick.
y'all remember Milton Mary opened up a place down on Maple Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
right.
don't remember which one it was, but I remember he got shot in the yeah, it's on Oak Street, yeah.
Yeah.
Back then,
Yeah,
remember?
no,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember
Ed
Bob was
Ed
a
Karen.
rough customer. Yeah, he was working as a bouncer, and the guy shot him, and he ended up putting the guy in the hospital. Bob got shot, but the other guy ends up in the hospital.
Wow.
Bob got shot at being a bouncer. Wow.
Yeah, the guy pulled a pistol on him and shot him, and he beat the hell out the guy. And the guy ended. He was one of those guy. The other guy ended up was the one in the hospital. Now Bob was a rough customer. He was
Bob was
a
tough.
good guy. Yeah,
He
you
looked
don't
bad the last
want to
time.
get. You don't want to
When
get
were you
into it,
there?
Bob.
When was he in New Orleans?
Bob was
Before you
there when
got
I was
there,
there.
Mike.
71 at least.
He
Maybe
was in the
before
70s,
that.
during the 70s. He was there pretty much until it burned down, I think, almost, basically.
Yeah.
I think he left.
I don't
He-
remember.
He left around 70, end of 73.
Maybe so. I first met him. He and Randy Alley were working the bar together. That's the first time I met him.
Yeah. I've got a picture of Bob at one of our Christmas parties from the Mustache. But I don't remember any other pictures of him. You know, I don't know if I can show that picture from our Mustache Christmas party.
I remember every year for the Christmas party, Dottie would make a big old double pan of lasagna with Italian sausage in it.
Mhm.
And that's 50 years ago. To this day, when I run into James Mcgivern,
Uh-huh.
you know, remember James?
Oh, yeah.
That's the first thing out of his mouth. You've been eating that sausage, Italian sausage lasagna. That was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob worked, I mean, James worked for years. It was Harry's Corner.
That's right, Harry's Corner. That's where
Yeah.
I ran into him. Yeah.
Went to his going away party up there that time. He was leaving, so we went up there for that.
Yeah. No, we're Facebook friends. I see his posts every once in a while.
Yeah, he's up in Arkansas somewhere.
Is he? I thought he was working in New Orleans.
Mm-mm. No, he moved to Arkansas.
Mike, you remember him, James McGivern?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't remember
Yeah.
his face.
He
was
was
a
a
real
waiter,
fan.
but he was a crazy guy. He was very,
Real
very
fan guy.
outgoing.
That
Funny,
doesn't
funny.
narrow it down, Bill.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That
Yeah, he was
doesn't
one of the
narrow it
waiters that
down
was-
at all.
He was one of the waiters that was kind of weird and outgoing. I can't tell you what.
Peter, you remember him, James?
No, doesn't
He was-
ring a bell.
He was thin, had long black hair. He used to stand at the door, and when girls would walk by, he'd say, "Snapper, come here." You know.
Yeah, snapper. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a character.
Yeah. Yeah. And
He worked at the same
The
time.
character, that really narrows it down too.
mhm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a good.
Kim said he's traveling this week, so he's going up to Boston, so he can't join us, but
Oh,
everybody have a good time.
You know what? It's too bad. I'm getting disappointed thinking about it, but we'd be what, 2 or 3 weeks from the reunion if
Yeah,
going on, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks out.
We can all just show up at Joel.
Joel?
Can we all just show up at Joel's house? What?
We could all
Yeah.
show up there. That'd be neat. Yeah.
I haven't heard from Joel at all. No emails, no nothing.
Well, that's quite a shame they got postponed again this year. You know,
That's
Quite a
COVID. Yeah. Maybe next spring or early summer, something like that.
Hell, by then I should have my booster shot too, man. I'll be all ready.
What is, Bill, how's they got to wait? 6 months, 8 months, something like that, you know?
I think they
6.
said 8
6.
months, but 6 months, but they said they're going to start making them available now in Louisiana. So I don't know. Because mine was March 1st, so I guess I'm coming up on 8 months in another month or so.
But it's,
Yeah.
but it's,
Pfizer said it was the same as the first shot you got.
Oh, well,
There's no-
you only had to wait 3 weeks for the second one, I think.
Yeah, 2 weeks for me.
Yeah.
So the news said, yeah, it was 6 weeks from 6 months from the last shot for the booster.
Yeah.
my last shot was in February.
but they haven't
Me
made
too.
Moderna yet, so,
Moderna probably,
They haven't okayed a booster for Moderna yet, have they?
yeah,
no, just
No.
Pfizer.
our Johnson and Johnson, it was just Pfizer.
Mhm.
I'm sure
No, I
Moderna will
have
be
the
fine
Moderna.
for it.
Moderna will probably be pretty quick.
I had Moderna.
Yeah.
Same
True.
here.
Yeah, I did too.
Say, Chris, how's COVID doing up there in the Northeast? Is it still spiking bad or it's evening out?
No, it's bad. And it's just the reluctance of people to get the vaccine. It's sort of crazy. It's sort of crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
But I always think of it as a kind of a Darwinism at work. The unfortunate part is because 99% of the people who are dying in the hospitals are people who are unvaccinated. So, you sort of, the naysayers are disappearing. 2,000 a day are disappearing. But there are still innocent people who are getting this disease. And it shouldn't be one innocent person get this because of somebody's crazy theories or crazy thoughts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but right before the meeting today, I went up with my wife to visit one of her friends who had a burst appendix. and she couldn't get into a hospital, and it burst while they were waiting. She had to end up being like 200, air evacuated 200 miles away. They cut her open, did it, but she had peritonitis because it burst.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's all because she couldn't get in because a bunch of crazy people are in there because they didn't want to take the vaccine. And now a lot of them are saying they're not going to take the vaccine because they got the monoclonal antibodies. So now there's not enough monoclonal antibodies for everybody. So
You know, and that doesn't give you permanent immunity. That
No,
just
it doesn't.
cures
no,
the
but
symptoms.
it kind of fixes you when you get it.
Yeah.
Helps you supposedly.
Barry
Yeah,
had
but
it.
I think I mentioned it last.
I had it.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it last week, but since Pfizer does the Viagra also, that since it's for over 65 people, they're gonna throw that in for free in your injection to sort of be like a little perk, you know, to make you get down there and get you.
So that
Talk
way they
about a
can
boost-
check if
talk
you've
about
had
a
the
Yeah,
booster.
that's right.
That way
it's
they
a
can
booster.
check if you've had the vaccine. All they have to do is
That's right.
see if you
So
have a heart.
Billy, they're gonna call that an erection for an injection?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess. And but nurse, I've had an erection over 4 hours. What should I do?
It's Monday at the town.
Yeah, call everybody I know.
Yeah. What was it? What was that old joke? Human hand has 27 bones in it, 28 if you're lonely.
Oh,
Oh, man.
yeah, I'm hoping Moderna will come out with their approval pretty soon. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get it.
So Snake in Denver, are they gigging at all? They working? Petrocelli working?
Petrocelli with the Mustache band in what the hell is the name of that? Oh shit, I can't think of the name of the place now, but
Bullenbush.
yeah, Bush, that's it. But I don't know about anybody else. I know we haven't had a job for.
I know Queen City's working like maybe a couple, 3 days a week.
Yeah.
They're working down at the Mercury and they're working a couple of churches type things.
Now, isn't Petrocelli a homicide detective?
Right.
Oh,
But no, we haven't. Our Rocky Mountain thing hasn't had a paying job since February.
wow.
Oh,
Wow.
They won't let us draw a crowd.
Barry, last job I had was with you and me and Danny and LeBeau on the boat. That was the last one I had.
That's like 2 years ago.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, Barry's back to work, you said, and I think Danny's probably back to work again.
Danny's working, but the place he mainly plays didn't reopen yet.
Hmm.
But he's working, but not as many nights because the joint ain't open.
Mason Bourbon.
I remember that, the corner of Bourbon in St. Peter.
Right.
Is Kevin Clark still there?
Kevin Clark is over at Fritzel's.
Nice.
I worked with him Wednesday night.
Ah,
I play with the Dixieland band and they've been getting a lot of gigs. I don't go on all of them, but especially when they're going to be driving for like an hour and a half to get to a gig. I just as soon stay home.
Yeah.
But they seem to get a lot of work, so I don't know.
Where's that, Pittsburgh area?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the jobs have been outdoors. You know, we played, at these sort of festivals or events, and they have a performance stage, and different bands go up and do a couple of, do 20 or 30 minutes, and then you're off, and that's it. And then last weekend they played at a winery up about an hour out of town in Mount Pleasant. So,
That's
but
cool.
I didn't do that gig. Tomorrow I'm going to an Italian festival, and I'm going to be a judge at a ravioli contest. So I said to my wife, "Don't hold dinner for me,"
Really?
I'm just out of curiosity, how many raviolis are you gonna have to eat in this contest?
I don't know. We used to do a pierogi contest, and they would come and they would bring you like 24 pierogies, all different flavors, you know, with lekvar in them and sausage and cheeses and whatnot. And then they would go, okay, that's the first batch. Wait, I can't eat 48 pierogies, you know.
Yeah, you might be eating a lot of raviolis tomorrow, man.
Well, I've learned, you know, I'm a little bit better. I know how to cut them and just taste them. I don't, you know, you don't eat the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like at a wine tasting, you know, I thought you drank all that wine.
Oh, okay.
They're spitting it out every time.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Man. That's what you should have is the ravioli, and each one of them has a wine pairing with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Wow.
I've spent a good part of this week cleaning up and repairing and getting the records ready for my Victrola. I don't know if you saw, I posted a little video of the Victrola. I finally got it working. This is from my grandmother's house in Brooklyn on 25th Street. They had a little speakeasy upstairs. My grandfather had a candy store on the first floor. And then if you knew how to ask, you get to go upstairs, and they had bathtub gin and beer and whatnot. And so he got a Victrola, a wind-up Victrola, and a player piano for entertainment.
Yeah.
And so somebody would put a reel onto the player piano, and they would dance, or they'd put on all these records. So that record player stayed in the family, but sort of hidden away in my sister's basement. And I figured, let me go and retrieve that. So I did, and it's a honey. It's a lot of fun, and I got dozens of records. You know, with everybody that you can imagine, including Ukulele Ike. And all these old tunes that you know, these are the kinds of tunes that occasionally somebody would bring up at the Mustache, and you'd all have a good laugh, you know, but you didn't put them into the regular repertoire because it's things like, you know, oh, what a loving machine is my Josephine, or something like that.
Yeah. So you did all 78s, I'm guessing, huh?
Oh yeah, these are all 78 schlacks.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
and whatnot.
Big,
This
thick,
is
big,
it's
thick
dated
discs.
from 1920 or something. And my wife said, you know, it's just amazing that, first of all, it's totally mechanical. You crank it up and you put the needle down, you set the thing spinning, and the thing still works. And she says, what that's 55 years old still works in this country, you know?
Yeah.
So
There used to be a place outside of Kissimmee, Florida, called Intercession City. There was an antique musical instrument museum. And you walk in, and the guy has 200 or more Morning Glory horns on the ceiling all the way around.
oh wow.
That's all that was left of them, because in Chicago during the Depression, they had no coal. So they would break up the Victrolas, take the innards out, and burn the wood.
Wow. Oh, Lord.
Oh, I just cried when I heard that, man.
Yeah.
I got one of those above this safe here.
Uh-huh.
Can't adjust my camera. I show it.
Yeah.
Got a big bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the one the dog's listening to on the RCA thing, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
RCA.
Yeah.
Chris,
yeah.
did
Here's
you
his-
keep all the records too, the 78s?
I have all of them. I have dozens and dozens of records. I have a lot of classical music too. But
Mhm.
But I'm talking about, was that left from your grandmother's house?
yes, it was all of it.
Speaking of the RCA dog, his name is Nipper.
Nipper.
Hey, Nipper. Oh, Nipper.
Listening for his master's voice.
Oh,
I got four jukeboxes.
Next time I appear on Jeopardy, I'm gonna remember that.
yeah, Nipper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got four jukeboxes in the house too. 245s and 278s.
Wow.
Wow.
Nipper.
Oh, Nipper.
Not many people know that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that. I am.
You didn't know that, Barry? You knew that.
No, I'm glad to know it.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah. When they got old Victrolas for $1,000, Barry,
Really?
when you're on Jeopardy. Yeah.
The answer is Nipper.
Nipper, Nipper. That was
Yeah,
a double jeopardy, John. Yeah.
Who was
Yeah.
Nipper?
yeah.
Who's going to be the host now?
Yeah, that's, well, I don't know. What was
Said
that other
it's gonna,
guy?
gonna be shared between Ken Jennings and that, how does he pronounce it? Mayim Bailick?
Bialik, Bialik.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna share it through the end of the year and then see what,
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
some of those records like Ding Dong Daddy from Dumas.
Ding dong,
That's right.
daddy.
I'm a ding dong daddy from Dumas, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna
do my stuff.
Roger stuff.
do my stuff.
Record stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you have to make some MP3 files off of those.
I have Fletcher Henderson. I have there's a lot of his band playing. Paul Whiteman records. It's sort of amazing that they had collected all these, and they were $1.50 each.
Wow.
$1.50. So that was at least a
That's a
day's
lot of money.
salary back in the 19th.
Yeah, back then. Yeah.
So, you got to figure that was comparable to like 50 or $60 today.
Mhm.
And the records only play for like 2 minutes on each side.
Yeah.
Some of them were only one-sided.
And now we go to our telephone and get any song we want.
That's right.
Those needles on those old Victrolas, though, would chew them up.
Yeah. You gotta change the needles all the time.
Yeah, but I can just imagine the recording studios with all the equipment they would have used. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was a wax recording, Tom. They go ahead, when they recorded it, you could see the turntable go around. You see these little strands of wax being taken off of
Yeah.
the thing. Huh. Then they go ahead and press the
Shellac into it. Yeah.
well, what was the composition of the 78? So it wasn't vinyl, it was before that. What was it?
With shellac.
Was it?
Shellac. That's
Huh.
what
Yeah,
they were making.
they were very stiff. I remember those. They didn't bend like these new albums.
So they'll
Yeah.
break too.
Yeah.
Shellac.
Yeah.
I was in
That's what they were
Walmart. I was in Walmart the other day perusing the electronics, and they have this great big new section of albums, vinyl albums.
Yes.
Somebody must have found something in the basement, decided to sell them for big
No,
money.
there's actually a whole store opened up not far from me, and all it is it's all vinyl. They're selling
Coming
everything.
back in.
They're really,
Coming
they're
back in.
getting
The real
popular.
collectors are
Yeah.
going for the vinyl.
People want to go back and listen to records again,
Well, they say I can't hear it, but they say that they could hear a difference between vinyl and the digital, that the vinyl was a more mellow sound.
Well,
They-
the
they said
vinyl,
they
you
could-
see, the
Right.
vinyl is analog. In other words, there's nothing missing. When they digitize something, it's basically, even though they can sample like zillions of times a second, it's still not a continuous, unbroken sound like an LP is. I can't hear the difference either,
I can't hear it.
but some people say they can.
Yeah, I must have about 50 or 60 vinyl records set that from when I was in college back in the early mid 60s and going on through the 70s and all. I kept all of them.
Yeah. What I miss around about the albums is you used to you play an album and you didn't get up and skip from one song to the other. You used to kind of listen and you'd know what song is coming next and you kind of just enjoyed the whole thing. And
Yeah.
now you get playlists and you want to hear.
I used to
The
just
one-
look at the Carly Simon albums. That was my thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, that's nice.
Oh, look at here.
Look at
Oh,
that.
there it is.
Wow.
Look at here. Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Look at that thing.
So I have to wind it up.
I bet that tone arm probably weighs a pound, huh?
Oh, at least.
Let's see the horn. I didn't see the bell.
Well, there's no horn. This is the speaker is in the cabinet.
Oh, I got you.
It's like one of those ones with the double side. You can store the records in either side.
Right.
That's a fancy one. That's a
Yeah.
speakeasy kind.
Let me see if I can get this to play a little bit.
Oh, hey.
That's the bell.
Snake's
Yeah,
got the bell.
Snake's got the bell. All right,
Pretty much.
Look at that.
Wow.
Got some
Not
history there,
too
guys.
too good, Chris.
Tell me dreamy eyes.
I mean, dreamy eyes.
That's
Oh, man.
Foxtrot.
Chris.
You got
Ah, that's the. So, so that's my little toy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Chris. this
Yeah.
is The bell of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, whatever y'all want to be fine.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's just a little handheld one, or not a handheld, but about that square.
Man.
Yeah.
You
Chris,
guys
you
got
can-
all kinds of neat shit.
Well, Chris, hold on to that in case your hearing aid goes out, you can use that thing.
What?
Hey, what?
What?
I saw you, Chris.
Yeah, your trumpet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow. That's it.
Yeah, that record was let's see what it was. It was called "The One I Love Just Can't Be Bothered with Me." Foxtrot with vocal chorus, Carlton Dance Orchestra.
Yeah.
And then
Never
Just can't be bothered with me.
the one I love just can't be bothered with me. And then on the reverse side, the B side is boop boop ba doop.
All right. Well, you got all the hits, man. All the hits.
All the hits.
They just don't make records like that anymore, I'll tell you what.
Thank God. Yeah.
The reason for it. Yeah.
Boop doop. Was that pre Betty Boop? That boop boop be doop song?
I don't know. It doesn't have a date on it. I'm sure you could look it up. There are, I'm not a record aficionado or anything like that. We have people in town here in Pittsburgh who are. Tom Roberts, who's a terrific piano player.
Piano player, yeah.
And he spent a lot of time down in New Orleans.
He did.
But anyway, Tom's got something called the Hot Jazz Club. And he is a collector of the records and Victrolas and the whole thing. And so you could just name a song to him and he goes, oh yeah, that was in 1927 in August and it came out and, and he'd tell you all about it, who was the sidemen on the band, and he just knows all of that stuff.
Wow.
Tom's former wife is making quite a splash down here playing clarinet.
Oh yeah, no, she's a good player.
Yeah, I've worked with her a number of times.
Yeah.
When I was at Disney, I used to do a tune called Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
And this old guy came up to me one day and said, shit, man, I haven't heard that since I was a freshman in high school.
I got Tony Island washboard on this one right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, a lot of good music on the days. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm sitting here, Ira ain't here yet. What's the matter?
Yeah, it's about his time.
He's late.
Yeah,
Battery must have died on his clock.
yeah,
Another 5 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
did anybody get an update on Danny Sullivan?
Yes, I did. Danny's husband passed about
He did?
3 days ago. Jim. He
Okay.
and Danny's. I emailed a couple of times back and forth with Danny.
Okay. Sorry about her husband.
Yeah.
I know she,
Uh,
in the email from Joan, said that Danny was ill also.
well, but Danny was in hospice, and Danny said that Jim was in the hospice with non-coherent. And then I heard from her the next day, and he said he died.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad.
That's a shame. Yeah.
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 Snake and I know Danny from a previous life up in Denver where Bob Vanasek would be playing banjo, and you'd be sitting there and you'd hear, Danny, get me a bicarb.
Her name was Gundel. Remember, Mike?
What's that?
Her name was Gundel. Gunny.
Gunny.
It was,
I knew her as Gunny because Bob came to the Jersey Shore to play the Summers Point Club, and I was there on the weekends filling in. I was at Philadelphia, and then we would go to Summers Point to play the Sunday and Monday to relieve the band. And that's when I met Bob Vanacek and Gunny. She had a little shop up on the boardwalk. Nice lady, always kind to me.
And she played the West.
her name was Gundel,
Gundel.
and her original name was Gunny, and they changed it to Danny when they moved to Denver to thinking Bob thought he'd, fool his wife or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago, Mike.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, that's a long time ago.
It is, man. I got pictures of you sitting there with Bob and Vern Beebe, and I don't know who's playing tuba. Looks like a guy named George Gavin was playing tuba, I think, on
Might have
that.
been the Clark too.
I think everything was a long time ago, fortunately. Getting longer.
Yeah.
Than,
Yeah, before you got in, Mike, we had a picture of you with your lederhosen on.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I know it. Great legs, right?
Yes,
You know,
indeed.
LeBeau looks the same today as he did 40 years ago. I think.
Larimer Square.
Uh-huh. And so does Petruccelli. Petruccelli looks a little older, but he recognized him right away.
Mhm.
And Bruce Wilson, he was an assistant manager in New Orleans, wasn't he, Dave?
Bruce,
Yes.
blonde-haired guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know him.
yeah. No, I remember when I started working there, you automatically would get a bag, a box of nuts every time you ordered a pitcher of beer. They called it a Wilson. You always assumed that they were going to want some nuts with the beer. You were always trying to sell the people the salted nuts and make them drink more beer. So.
Of
Oh,
course.
you didn't order these nuts? Oh, you didn't order these nuts? I'll take them back. No, you can leave them here. Okay.
Quarter or whatever.
Yeah, it's only a
Yeah.
quarter. It's like
I think you know what they were.
we call it a Wilson. You got to get a order of peanuts with your pitcher of beer. He's the one that told me you had to order peanuts with every pitcher.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And drank more.
Yeah.
My favorite story, I hate to tell it because it makes some people think I'm aiming it at them, but Mike will remember the managers of the New Orleans club. It wasn't David. So since David is here, when they come to us and said, the people are not drinking as much beer. You got to play faster or your breaks are too long and all that, But the thing is, whoever's the manager, they want to save $10 a week, so they got the unsalted peanuts instead of the salted peanuts.
Oh,
They switched to the unsalted. They were trying to figure out why people weren't drinking as much beer. And they said it had to be the band. The band was playing too slow.
Yep.
It had nothing to do with the fact that we used to have salted peanuts and now we had unsalted to save $2 a bag.
And those unsalted peanuts didn't taste very good either.
Yeah.
I like the
No,
salt.
I remember, it was 50 years ago. I remember clear as yesterday. Me and Mike look at it and said, "Those guys are something fucked up, man. They something stupid."
Yeah.
I don't think Barry, I don't think either one of us have ever been accused of playing too slow, have we?
Yeah, we never played too slow. I said, those guys are something stupid. I remember me and Mike laughing at whoever the managers were at the time.
You listen to some recordings of 50 years ago and you go, my God, how in the fast did we go then? It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Or Key West, same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
So that's why people ain't drinking as much beer.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your favorite What was your favorite medley? Did you have one that you go to?
I got a favorite medley, Mustache medley. My favorite Mustache medley is
Okay. Can't remember it.
no, it starts off with "Ain't We Got Fun," because everybody can say it every morning, every evening. Everybody
Yeah.
says, "Ain't we got
Ain't we
fun?"
got fun? Right.
Yeah.
Then we go into "Button Up Your Overcoat,"
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
right? You belong to me. And then we go into
Right.
"Goody Goody." It's another line where the whole crowd says "Goody Goody."
Yeah.
And after that, what we play, Mike? After that,
I was gonna say HG Sweet, but I don't think so.
no, "Goody Goody," and then I don't know, "Babyface" or something like that.
Yeah. But we always, I know Barry and I both did the same thing. We go in so far into a song and you get to the point where they're gonna say goody goody, or ain't she got fun, or bye bye Blackbird, or whatever. We'd stop the band and let the whole crowd just go ahead and do it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
after "Goody Goody," I remember. Then we go into "Put Another Nickel in the nickel."
Nickelodeon.
Music was
Right.
everybody's
Music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was my favorite.
Mhm.
That was my favorite medley because everybody knew the main 3 words of each of those songs.
Yeah.
Big crowd pleasers. Yeah. Sing along.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
It was the same thing with Maine, "Who Coaxed the Blues Right Out of the Horn."
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Huh. Very good.
Yeah. No, it's like you're saying, like that. To me, it's almost like the old record album. But yeah, I'll work there long enough. I can almost tell what song was coming next. Usually, when y'all started a medley,
Mhm. Yeah.
oh yeah, the medleys, Bill, were pretty much the same. In other words, you had a Johnny and Tip medley, where Johnny comes marching home and it's a long way to Tipperary. You know, you got about 4 or 5 songs. You just automatic, or the polka medley, or the
Yeah.
if we went into the polka medley, you knew right away you got to go back and get a barrel, right? You know, 'cause we're gonna end up.
But
Go
being a band leader at the Mustache, I guess there's 3 or 4 of us here right now. You didn't call tunes usually, you called medleys.
Yes.
You know, and when I get up there, I'd look at the audience and I'd have a good idea which 4 or 5 medleys I'm gonna call this 45 minutes. Now, subject to change and flexibility and how the crowd's working, but I knew at least what I was gonna start with, which the first medley, maybe the first 2. And after that, and 2 medleys would take up, 15 minutes.
15, 20 minutes, yeah.
Of a 45-minute set.
Yeah.
So it was fairly easy once you knew what you're going to do. The Second Childhood medley. That's 15 minutes of the set right there. Follow the Yellow Brick Road and hot dogs, Armor hot dogs, and all.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
there's the seaside medley too, with Green River by the sea.
Oh yeah. By the sea. We did
By
the.
the sea.
In New Orleans, that whole thing, because of the bar songs, the Minnie the Mermaid, that
Mermaid, right? Yeah.
that was a bar song we'd start with "By the Sea." Then
And it would go into
Minnie the Mermaid, they'd go out with "By the Sea" again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Green
Yeah.
River was pretty much of a vocal.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? In New Orleans, we didn't do too many standalone songs, vocals, except for maybe right at the beginning of the first set, but not really. But the last set, we could do standalone songs.
A lot of requests at that point too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first 3 or 4 sets was all medley, sing along stuff in New Orleans. And you know what? In New York, the same thing, from what I remember. But in
Denver
New
was
York,
the same way.
but in
Denver
New
was
York,
the same way.
in New York it was different because you featured Tara. You
Yeah.
know?
sure.
You
Oh, yeah.
featured Tara, you do an opening medley, then you bring Tara up to do a song, then another medley like the Darktown Shoulders Ball, Ain't She Sweet medley. Then you bring up Tara again to do one of his songs. Because the people, they wanted Tara. Isn't that right, Chris? When you were there, they wanted Tara.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think he got as much play when I was there as when you were there, because it was really centered on the lead banjo players when I was there in New York. It was Bizel and Gim Burton and, whoever else was playing lead, not too many others. And they would feature Tara, or they would feature a trombone, or they would do a tuba solo or something, but it was pretty much the lead banjo players that did all the calling and featured just medleys.
Well, with
Not so much
Tara, Tara allowed the banjo players to do the calling. Like, in other words, I called Tara's tunes. I'd
Yeah.
read the crowd, which of Tara's bits would work best. And he would go with that, you know? And
Yeah.
if I said, okay, 42nd Street, he'd do 42nd Street. But I think by the time I got there, he had developed a persona with the locals. You know, like the nurses from St. Vincent's Hospital and people like that. I mean,
Yeah.
in New York, I would say it was maybe 60% tourists, 40% locals. You know, so those locals would come in, they wanted to see Tara do his bits.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess it took him that much time to develop it, but he had his own following by then.
So Barry, in New Orleans, what would it be? Maybe 75, 25 tourists to locals?
I don't know.
At least
probably,
70.
yeah, probably 75, 25.
You think?
Yeah, but
And
we did have regulars,
Denver was
but
just
not
the
as many.
You get the
Denver was
nurses,
just
you
the
know,
opposite.
and those groups, yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Denver would be 25% tourists and 75% locals.
Right.
So you got somebody coming in the door, you immediately play their song for them
Right.
as they're coming to the door, so they feel special.
And then
Yeah.
Peter will tell you with this one, in Wildwood, New Jersey, and it might have been the same way with the Mustache, New Jersey clubs, they were tourists, but they really weren't. They were tourists from Philly.
Oh.
All the people from South Philly would go to Wildwood, drive an hour and a half, 2 hours. So they became tourists an hour and a half away from their house. And they were there every year, the same time every year, the same people, and they knew each other and all that. So they were kind of tourists, but kind of local.
Huh?
So with Tara, that was great because all those people knew Tara even more. And he was like the hero.
Fellas, I'm gonna have to run. See y'all
Hey,
next-
Good night, Rick.
Take
All
care,
right,
Rick.
Rick.
See you next week.
Until
See
Sandra.
you later.
See you
Yeah,
guys
I
later.
gotta go
See you,
too.
Brad.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Pete.
Bye.
Good night, Pete. See you later.
Be safe.
See you later, Peter.
Dinner
Bye.
time, y'all. Good
Yeah,
seeing you guys. See you next week.
Okay,
next week,
Thanks,
October
Take care, Mike.
1st.
See you
Is it
later.
October 1st? Yeah, okay.
Bye,
See y'all on
David.
the 1st. Yeah. Good night.
hey, Billy, stay around a second.
Good.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss you guys
All right,
next
guys.
week. I'm gonna be
Okay,
traveling.
bye, Chris.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris,
Good
good
night,
to see
Chris.
you again.
Put another nickel in
Good night, Dave. Good night,
Nickelodeon.
Rick.
See y'all later.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
David.
David.
See you later.
Bye, Snake.
Bye, Snake.
Okay.
I say, hey, Billy, can you can you do this next week? I got a job.
As far as I know, it's October 1st, right?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Let me look. I got a graduation thing to do, and
All right, fantastic.
yeah, October 1st.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a home health person or somebody doing my wellness checkup. They're supposed to come on the 1st. They didn't give me a time yet. But if they tell me what time they come, I'm gonna say you can't come. I gotta be finished by 3:30. So
Okay, well, also, you could turn it on and just let it run.
yeah, I can let them examine me while everybody's talking,
No, I don't mean that.
It's
You know what I
Just
mean?
tell
You can turn it on and go in the other room and get examined.
okay, yeah. And when I do my prostate checkup and all that, I'm only kidding. No, it's the Oxner started this wellness thing, and it's outside of Blue Cross and everything else. They want to just